We're going through all of the main characters. We're going through Seymour. We're going through all of the Aeons. We're going to rank every one of them. We're worried about abilities, equipment, I imagine. We're worried about overdrives, usefulness in the main game. And then I think we should also consider usefulness in the post game as well. Omega Ruins, Dark Aeons, and Monster Arena as well. I think they're critical things we need to consider. The first things first, we're going to start with the main man himself. Let's start with Tidus, right?
Until Macalania is actually kind of useless. He doesn't have the strength nor the HP.
Very true. Okay.
After Macalania, you can get his first strikes. It's like, hell yeah.
Yep, agree.
But then you can customize first strike on other guys. Like, once you get to the Calm Lands, you can just get first strike on other people. And then it's like, Tidus is not that good again.
So, I mean,
so
before Macalania, not that good, right? The agility probably plays a part here and there.
Yeah.
But you're right.
All right.
You're really relying on drops to make the best use of Tidus.
He's a you keep in the front line and then just take out kind of guy.
Okay,
so true. Before Macalania, I'll put him as a low B. After Macalania, I'll put him as a B.
Yeah, agree. Solid start then. Tidus.
And then side quest. It's not that great. He's useful. He's definitely A tier, but low A at best. So I'm probably gonna rank upper B tier altogether.
I think so. Probably a B plus in my eyes. I think safe to say then a B tier. I think B plus,
a very A minus, but let's leave it to B plus for now.
I think so. Let's go to Lulu. This is an easy one for me. In my playthrough at the moment, the last use you get out of Lulu is probably against the Wasps after Jose Temple, because she can one-shot them with a Blizzard.
Yeah, after the Moonflow, yeah. Actually,
you get the Death Touch.
Exactly. You can get Death Touch.
Yes.
For the elements.
So actually, very good in the
Thunder Plains and Macalania.
Thunder Plains, Macalania. It's probably
after that she's useless.
Yeah, useless after that.
After Macalania, she's pretty much useless. She's fine against Sperrymorph, but Rikku clears that.
Agree. Is this a first D tier?
Nah.
You don't want to be too harsh?
Nah, here's the thing.
C tier?
She's fine to use against against the Dark Aeons, she's a bit of a slower Tidus. Against Dark Cindy, Lulu's better than Tidus because you don't want to use Blitzes against Dark Cindy. Fire Fury is basically slice and dice in terms of speed.
And you can
it has more damage, potential more damage.
Right,
so
okay.
I don't put her D, and because of that touch, which I completely forgot.
Yes,
C.
that's true.
She's a C.
I want to go Kimahri next. Now, I've got a lot of thoughts about Kimahri, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
I have a different opinion of Kimahri compared to everyone else. I think Kimahri is actually pretty OP.
I think Kimahri is
both in the normal game and in No Sphere Grid. Is OP.
Yeah, I fully agree. That blue magic overdrive, that Ronso Rage, especially in a No Sphere Grid playthrough, is borderline broken.
You can just use him. I just use him to farm in the Moonflow or like stamina tablets and mega potions and stuff.
Agree.
You just get into a fight, Stonebread Slayer.
So what have we got? We've got Jump.
I have him an A tier, and he's not S tier because he's useless in the post.
That's true.
I have him low A because he's useful for the whole story. I use him in brackets against Brasus Final Aeon. You can use them in some of the Monster Arena fights, the Stratoavas, because of his HP.
You're right though. He's good as a tank. He's good all the way up to BFA.
He has decent agility.
Yeah.
His overdrives. In the main game, by the way, I also rate him as an A tier.
So main game then, abilities, overdrives, pretty good. I think you can solo Seymour Natus as well. 100% Kimahri A tier. Fully agree with that.
My G.
I'm telling you, he's so underrated in No Sphere Grid. It is untrue, especially in the main game. I think one of the controversial ones, personally, is going to be Yuna.
People like us, we did it no summon.
True.
Which at that point during the main game, she's absolutely D minus tier. She doesn't have HP, she doesn't have the stat. The cure keeps her out of D minus during the main game. I love her, but she's useless.
Yeah, I fully
I'm sorry,
agree.
But post game, I mean, if you go into the dark she's S tier.
So she's D tier for main game. She's S tier for post game because without her, there probably isn't much.
You can't beat all the Dark Aeons.
Does that then? So do the Dark Aeons bump her up to C tier as a kind of overall?
She's higher overall. Here's the thing: we also have to see the people that don't do no summon, because in a no summon game, everyone is just worse.
Yeah. So
that's the thing. I don't actually think we can, because even though summon game, everyone is like C tier at best, apart from Yuna. I'm going to put her at top of A. Top of A. If you don't do no summon, if you do like just no sphere grid with no extra stuff,
true.
she's super strong. And Dark Aeons, you have to use her. Like rank Seymour now. How are you going to get rank Seymour? Because you only use him in one fight.
Yeah, but he's like ultra broken in that fight.
Then he's an S tier.
I mean, I think so.
He's an S tier.
Yeah, let's go with that then. Let's go with that. So for now, Seymour S tier.
Yeah. He's going to be at the bottom of S tier. Because the top spot is always for Rikku.
Right, let's move to Wakka next. So where's Wakka going? We'll put him in B tier, but where's he going?
Not that useful main game.
Main story, the one thing that sticks out for me is the TKO. Because that puts him above Tidus at least.
Oh, he's definitely above Tidus. More HP, attack reels is just easier to get and it's better.
Yeah.
He's definitely better than Tidus. And he can hit flyers, unlike Tidus. After the Extractor, his Overdrive, like, we don't speak about his Overdrive.
No, agree.
But he has TK, which until you can get Stone Strike, it's borderline needed.
Yeah, agree. An NSG run without that weapon is very tough.
It's just frustrating. You'll just be in fights for an hour.
You know, the other hidden gem I think that maybe puts him borderline A- is Null Shock and Null Blaze Arm Guard.
SOS.
I think A-.
I think A. Because post-game.
You know what? You're right. Post-game, he's OP. I mean, the main question then is...
He has to be S-.
Is he better than Yuna? This is the... I think he is actually, well, in a well-rounded view of this. He's good early. I mean, he's good early. He's good in Besaid. He's good in Kilika. He's literally good, actually, in every single location. I think Wakka is a real outlier for borderline. I think Yuna and Wakka are borderline S tier.
I think they're both S. That's the thing. If you put everyone in S tier, no one is S tier.
That's true. That's true.
I think you have to save S tier for the best of the best. They're probably A+, and you can interchange them. Main story, Wakka's better, in my opinion, because I do a no summon. I think Wakka's better.
Yeah.
Post game, Yuna's better because you can do the Dark Aeons without Wakka. So with that said,
they're probably
I put them both A+.
Yeah, they're
Yuna
kind of like
slightly edges out.
Okay, I'm happy with that. And my man, he dips in, and he dips out, and he dips back in. The defense is good. He's a tank in most boss fights in the main game for me. He can solo Seymour Natus, and that is arguably two of the toughest boss fights in an NSG run, Flux and Natus, and Auron is pretty critical for both of those fights. He's the only one that I think can survive anything but ultimate check shot.
He's a must for BFA. He's actually not that good in normal battles.
True.
Because he can hit and he's super slow, but you have to get him because of Sentry. Because even if you have first strike, if you get ambushed, you're done.
True.
Like Calm Lens on.
You're right to call out he's not that good in battle.
Yeah.
His armors are only as good as what you can get from drops.
But Sentry makes up for that.
Sentry does make up for that. I'm thinking here, like A tier, but not as good as Yuna or Wakka. Are we happy with A tier then?
He's A tier because he's useless against the Dark Aeons.
I think so.
Yeah,
if he was any good against the Dark Aeons, I think he'd be higher, but agree.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna is this the quickest ranking of the video?
Trio, Hyper Bodyguard, Eccentric, Hyper Null All, Hyper Vitality, Chaos Grenade, Tall Boys, Pineapples, Frag Grenades if you need them in case scenarios. Steel, because even if you don't use Rikku, you customize.
I think so.
Customize her well enough. It's no contest.
I mean,
she's a must in main game and post game.
I think literally needs her own tier. I think we're spot on with the character ones, LG.
Yep.
I think we are. I mean, Rikku, hands down, best character, right? Seymour, ultimate troll character there. I think Yuna, I think we've agreed, is good.
Depends on how you play her, but yeah,
exactly. Depends how you play your NSG run through. Wakka, good start to finish. Auron, pretty well rounded as well. Main game especially. Now,
Kimahri.
Kimahri versus Tidus. Over to you.
You get 3 awards in 1 armor for Kimahri. That just makes him OP for like half the game. He doesn't die from elements. He has more HP than Tidus. His overdrives for the main game is better than Tidus. The only thing he doesn't have is a first strike. That Tidus hasn't beat.
Agree. But I think, yeah, with Trio Blitz, I think Tidus is obviously better. And that goes for everyone else, F.
Yeah. Yuna, I didn't put her in S because when I play No Sphere Grid, I do it with no summons. I agree, if you do it with summons, she's probably S tier. If you do it without summons, she's actually kind of not useful.
She's mid until late game.
She's mid at best.
Are we moving on to Aeons?
We can do Aeons. Let's do in order as we get them. S tier.
Valefor.
Valefor S tier. Sonic Wings, man.
I mean, Sonic Wings is good. Energy.
I've learned how great Sonic Wings are because I'm doing Nemesis. Sonic Wings is a quick hit. You get so much more turns with him.
Also, Mihen High Road against a lot of the enemies, indestructible.
Not just Mihen, even Bikanel. The wolves can hit.
Ah, true. Yeah. The only thing that goes against Bahamut and Valefor is the inability to heal themselves. Most small regular enemies that aren't some sort of flyer or elemental can't hit Valefor.
Oh yeah, Valefor is S tier. Like,
if
she's not the best. She's not the best because Dark Magus Sisters exists.
If Valefor was an elemental and had the ability to heal themselves,
she'd be broken.
I think it would be S tier. But I think they're A.
Now,
only because they can't heal.
So she's useful against Dark Cindy, Dark Anima. Useful against Nemesis.
And she saves Yuna.
She saves Yuna.
We'll have Valefor at S tier.
Yeah.
Agree. Right, Ifrit. I'm a bit dubious with Ifrit, you know, but I recognise that there are a lot of fire enemies in this game. Yeah. And if you're summoning in the main game, Ifrit is pretty damn useful.
He does not have level 2 fire.
He doesn't.
Ixion and Shiva do. That's important. They have Thundara and Blizzara. He does not have Fire. So he's lower.
I think because of his defensive usage, he's not C. Because he can get you out of some pretty tough spots. I think Ixion's quite an easy one to rank. I agree. Yeah. C. I think there are some cases.
Yeah.
Is this?
I reckon he's the worst Aeon.
Is this our only D tier? LG.
Nah.
Only because Ixion's got some cases, some use cases.
And all Aeons can have the case written down for them because elemental Aeons are easier to use against the Dark Aeons.
They certainly are, actually.
So I can never find a reason to put them in D tier. Shiva.
Right, we'll start B.
Despite being my favorite, she's probably low Ifrit.
I think considering there are a lot less ice enemies in the game, you're right. Although an elemental, although a lot of fan favorites, for me, right, the principle of NSG is defense first for me. With that in mind, it ranks above Shiva now in the main game. Right, LG, Bahamut. Let's start with B. What are your thoughts?
Top of B.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean,
Firaga,
break damage limit.
Break damage limit, tier 3 spells. It's tanky.
Yeah, tier 3.
He's decently fast. He's decently fast. Impulse is AoE.
That's true. Yeah, he's got a lot going for him, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to use him for anything other than the overdrive.
No, I'm in agreement. Bahamut, pretty damn good.
Okay, but let's put respect on Tidus. Tidus is better than Bahamut.
Okay.
I don't think any Aeon is better than another character, apart from Anima.
That's true. I suppose considering first strike as well. Yoji.
How cheap are you? He can be either S tier.
I mean, he's the only Aeon in the game that can do what he can do. He's the only Aeon in the franchise. So what we're saying then, I think S tier only because I'm a bit biased. And I think he's heavily...
He has to be, yeah, he is the best Aeon.
He's got to be.
If you have the money for it.
Okay, S tier for super bosses, if you don't want a challenge. So he's he's there if you don't want a challenge. He's there if you're just looking at main game, because you really don't want to summon him, and you don't want to spend any money.
I agree. He's C minus, D plus at most for the main game. I think it's D plus at most. Yeah, put him D.
We'll put it at D.
Solid A. A plus.
I'm in agreement. Yeah, I think really solid. Especially
Probably above Auron and Kimahri. I can't put her above Yuna because you need Yuna to use Anima. She's not that great. She's not that great against Seymour Omnis.
No.
You can't use her in BFA.
No.
You can use her in normal battles. When you get to the Monster Arena and Dark Aeons,
now
Dark Anima can one-shot Dark Shiva, almost,
yeah.
and Dark Valefor.
Yeah. I would argue the highest it's going is probably there, only because Wakka with the main game utility and the post-game utility with attack reels.
And then
and against the Dark Aeons.
And then you see that Anima could one-shot Karos. And then you see that Pain is the best attack to use against Double Flan. They're all OP for different reasons, but they're balanced. I cannot put them in S tier because you can choose what they do.
Agree.
Probably bottom of A for the post game.
Because of
I put Mindy in front.
Because of Pasado.
Yeah.
Offensively, it's probably like that. Defensively, it's probably like that. Overall,
Sandy is the third best. Defensively, Cindy clears. Defensively, Mindy is the best.
Sandy always third.
Sandy always third.
Drop a like. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you've enjoyed the content, let me know. Let us know in the comments. Follow Luke Goblin. Follow Jit Geek. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning in. LG, until next time, my man. Thanks for your time.
I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for coming on.
Like I always say, take it easy.
Take it easy.